capítulo. Capítulo 2.
York, you can hear me, right?
Ahora soy yo. O sea, ahora soy Zack.
I'm not sad.
Me encanta.
Honestly, I can't wait. It's all I think about lately.
Me encanta porque en el primer juego se ve toda la transformación entre Zack y York.
We'll get to
Y
discuss
York y
movies,
Zack.
food
Y Zack,
again.
perdón.
Everyone
Y me
around
encanta.
here has bad taste. They don't understand things the way we do. It's a shitty world filled with shitty people.
Y respecto a lo de su hada y todo eso que dice My Fairy, también se sabe quién es en el 2. O sea, en el 1.
As soon as I get there, let's go grab some peanut butter hamburgers and yogurt smoothies. I'm so excited, York.
I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. I know. Se muere. Se está muriendo.
Please.
¡Emily!
York, don't rush me. You just need to wait a bit longer. I still have
Hola, Emily.
one
Bueno,
job left to do. I need to finish it. I have to. Or else I'd never be able to face you. Just give me a little more time, okay?
es Emily. 2029. No, 2000. No me acuerdo. It's 2019.
So, Lisa's mother, Galena Clarkson, confessed to murdering Lise.
Más o menos.
But then immediately afterwards, she went insane. What a terribly convenient story. You were the first person to find the suspect hiding at a farm on... And you even got her to confess to the crime. Did anyone else get a chance to hear Galena's confession?
Only
Oh, no.
us.
How did you even find that shack in the first place?
Oracle.
Metaphysical offender profiling.
Meta what? Should I know this word?
Metafísica.
The term appears 6 times in the Lucare report and 14 times in the 2010 Greenvale report. As long as you're solving cases, the people in charge don't really care what sort of words you use. But we're different. You utilized a highly abnormal method to instantly hone in on a suspect. Then you did it again and again. And every time you used it, one term kept appearing in your files. Metaphysical offender profiling. Mr. Morgan,
Hola, tablón.
would you mind explaining to us what this term means?
No. We can try, but...
Try. But
Ay,
no matter what words we used, you'd never be able to understand. You see, it doesn't pertain to this side. Come, my friend.
my boyfriend just texts me.
Stop hiding back there and give them the explanation. What, you're too shy?
Mr. Morgan? Mr. Morgan!
Come on out. Don't be afraid.
Is that all you have to say? I know you and the Clarksons share a deeper connection. Much deeper than how it is. I need to shake him with something else that's directly connected. I'm gonna jog his memory by...
Ok. Vamos a ir directamente al grano, o sea, no quiero...
Mr. Morgan, I noticed that several parts of this report have been... For example, here. One individual's name has been erased from the key figure list. Would you mind telling me why?
Someone
Emily?
in charge must have thought it was unimportant. Or maybe even inappropriate.
Why would they think that?
How should we know? We've never understood what those people do.
Well, I took the liberty of trying to restore what was taken out. Normal ink was used to blot it out, so I was able to recover part of it. Here's what it says. Sapling salesman.
¡Oh! ¿Os acordáis,
All the
no?
other redacted parts seem to be connected to this person. But I can't think of a single reason why this individual would need to be removed from the report.
Porque es
Why
militar.
is he so untouchable?
Oh, he's nothing. We were barking up the wrong tree.
Meaning?
Can't include someone who doesn't exist in an official report, now can we?
Claro.
Doesn't exist. You mean he had nothing to do with the case?
No.
Yeah, you could say that.
Mr. Morgan, according to you, at the beginning of this case, the victim's body was being stored in the warehouse on purpose. Is that the truth? They really put her body there alongside food and other perishables?
Correcto.
It's in the report.
No. The report only says it was stored
A ver.
using the most effective and shockingly inhuman method possible.
If you can think of a better phrase, we're all ears.
Claro.
The report isn't wrong, you know. In fact, that might actually be the most accurate way of... It's precise, and it's also kinda... poetic.
La metieron con verduras y con frutas y con carne. ¿Qué esperas? Una descripción de... La hemos metido con carne y pescado.
Wow, Simon. We never would have
Pues
taken
no.
you for a poet.
Pues no, pues no.
Right?
You two think this is a joke? Lise Clarkson's body was discovered in that cold storage warehouse. After 14... If you'd only done a proper investigation, we probably would have found her much sooner. That poor girl.
We still regret the fact that we never got to meet her. We're sorry.
A ver, no es culpa
I
suya.
hope it didn't happen that way by design.
Will you comfort me? Thank you, my fairy.
Claro, recordar que Emily también era poli.
Those letters look very old. The
Sí.
postmark suggests they were sent out from Louisiana. And I suspect that dragonfly mark belongs to the Clarkson family.
Maybe yes.
Maybe. So what if it...
A stalker has been harassing Patricia Clarkson for several years now. Did you know about this?
Ya nos acaban de hacer un spoiler. Patricia
Constant silent
Clarkson.
phone calls, unmarked letters. She also spotted a suspicious figure lurking near her mansion several times. And just last week, her employees spotted a strange figure lurking in the vicinity. The day someone else coincidentally used your alias and traveled to Louisiana.
That's very intriguing. Aligned symbolism.
Lise Clarkson also reported being harassed by a stalker just before she was murdered. You're aware of this, correct? Because I didn't find any mention of this in your report.
No direct connection to the case. That's what we must have thought.
The visionary lies to himself. Which are you?
That's enough for now. This all has nothing to do with the case. Besides, there's no evidence that proves those letters are from her. Isn't that right, my fairy?
Exactamente.
I knew it wouldn't go that
Ya
easily.
está.
Maybe I could use Agent...
¿Qué le pasa?
Agent Jones. Are you paying attention? Or do you intend to waste Mr. Morgan's precious time?
I'm just a little tired. I'm listening.
Ajá.
Take your hand out of
Claro.
your pocket. Didn't they teach you any manners at Quantico?
Oh, right. Guess they slipped my mind. My bad.
Me gusta la cocina que tiene. Es sencilla, chiquitita, modesta. Me gusta.
I'm actually kind of nervous. I'm not used to this sort of thing. Data analysis is my I'm sure I'd be able to calm down a bit if I...
Ni puta gracia, Simon. Me ahogo.
But how should I... Maybe I should look back over...
Ok, vamos a ver el caso. Y sin
After you
ahogarme.
arrested Galena Clarkson, you had a run-in with the Clarksons. At least that's what it says in the report. What exactly happened there?
Just a simple run-in, that's all. Nothing but a single phenomenon. Chasing hollow instances like that won't lead you closer to the truth. Truth doesn't work like that.
A hollow phenomenon, which resulted in a mountain of corpses.
Ajá.
Oh, Belle.
Bell.
We think we finally understand what you're trying to say, but don't be so
A ver,
voracious.
wait a moment, que me han enviado una foto. No sé qué me ha pasado a mi padre. No lo entiendo.
How about another cup of coffee? We've still got a long way to go, you know.
Hazme café. Francis Sack Morrigan. Me tomaba yo ahora mismo un café, pero luego
It's
significa que esta
coarsely
noche no,
ground, so there should only be
no duermo.
4 teaspoons per cup. No more, no less. Next, the coffee travels from the funnel. Simon, normally you only do surveillance in order to gather data, correct? Hiding microphones and cameras, sifting through garbage, wired. You'll do whatever it takes to gather data in order to... That's how the FBI work.
Well, yeah, you're right. No reason in hiding it now, I guess. Why do you ask?
Our Southern Belle has adopted a very peculiar MO. It's almost like she has a... You've been watching us this entire time, haven't you, Belle? From that window.
I don't need to answer that question.
You came here on New Year's Eve, then spent 49 hours watching us until you returned to your hotel room last night. You observed us the entire time without sleep or rest, and you only ate once, some pizza delivered by Simon. Aside from that, you never drank any water or relieved yourself. You have visions, too. You came here solely to hear us talk, but then why bother watching us for over 2 days beforehand? You didn't come to talk with us. You came because you wanted to see this apartment with your own eyes, and because you're already convinced of something. Isn't that right? He who fights with monsters should see, and if you gaze long into an abyss, the abyss also gazes into you.
Joder,
But I...
Oh, coffee.
ya está el café.
Thank you, my fairy. If you hadn't been paying attention, this coffee would have all gone to waste. The pus in our brains. It really has a way of interfering with our lives.
Me encanta.
Didn't remember.
Me encanta. Me encanta la casa de Zack. O sea, dentro de su porquería, es bonita. O sea, no es mala.
This is friggin' delicious. Kinda thought I was gonna shit myself for a second there. Come on, Aaliyah, take a sip. Trust me. I'm not exaggerating here.
Es que Zack sabe hacer muy buenos cafés, ya lo demostró.
I don't believe it. It's better than any coffee I've ever tasted.
Of course it is. Coffee is a sacred drink.
Amén, amén.
Coffee saved us. If not for its oracle, we would be on the other side
verdad.
right now.
Si recordáis en el primer juego, el café no
So I
decía las
never
cosas.
forget to pay my respects to coffee. Especially at critical moments like this.
¿Y ahora qué?
Big black cumulonimbus clouds are in the sky. That sound. Thunder snow is coming.
Ok. Bueno, fotografía.
Why would an agent as skilled as you close the Lise Clarkson case without local?
Good question. Maybe we just weren't as skilled as you think. Isn't that
A ver.
my fa-
You reported the body as being stolen. Was that truly the case?
Sí.
Meaning?
Meaning there's a possibility that the body wasn't stolen, but purposefully moved instead.
Puede ser.
Maybe someone ordered someone else to get rid of the body. Or
But who? And for what purpose?
in order to use the body for some...
Se la estaba follando.
You never considered
O
that?
sea, me refiero. Ya me entendéis.
Perhaps there's some connection between the frozen body and the fact that
Ah, pues no.
Sang Rouge is still being produced.
Hey, Aaliyah, how about explaining yourself clearly so that even I can
Necrofilia.
follow
Yo pensaba
along?
que estaba hablando de necrofilia.
Someone extracted the ingredients to Sang Rouge from Lise Clarkson's body. That's what you're trying to say, isn't it, Belle?
So that they could go on producing the inimitable drug without Professor R.
What?
Drug addiction destroys people, physically and mentally. It makes them capable of doing anything just so they can get their hands on a fix. Abusing a corpse? That's nothing to
Ah,
an
pues iba yo bien por donde. Iba
And
yo
with your
bien por.
dependency, I suspect you might know just what that's like.
Maybe we do. If you threaten to take this away from us, I might have to kill you both right here. And steal all your $100 bills. Oh, spine tingling.
You sure got a twisted sense of humor there, Morgan.
Este está en un. Pues eso. Agent Shore.
Come on, don't glare at me like that, Aaliyah. I told you, I'm out of my element here, remember?
This isn't the time.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm just really nervous. I mean, Morgan's a legend. And now he's right in front of us, and things are all tense. I'm sure it'd give any normal agent a stomachache.
Incidentally, Simon, why did you decide to stop working out in the field?
Don't ask. It's a long story.
I don't mind. We have lots of time, don't we? I could even make you another cup of coffee, if you like.
No.
Fine then. I'll try to make it brief. See, I used to work out in the field. Even had my own partner. But we had a little rivalry that sort of ruined our relationship. It was over a woman, of course. You know how it goes. We fell in love with the same girl. At the same workplace, too. Then one day, the three of us went to go do a stakeout at a restaurant over in East Boston. I pretended to be a customer while my partner waited in the car, and she waited in the building across the way. Well, it only took a few minutes for my partner and I to lose our heads. We started engaging in this dumb contest to see who could Things were looking bad. I knew I was gonna... Then, something happened. Right in front of me, a customer starts choking on something. face was pale, froth at the... I got up at once, but my partner stopped me. So what did I do? I ignored. I couldn't stand by and watch that. Next thing I knew, the guy survived, the restaurant, and I'd even managed to win the heart of you-know-who. It felt pretty good, you know? One-upping my partner right in front of his very... But that was the beginning of the end. A few days later, she and I went to go get some bubble tea at a cafe in Brookline. And a man comes up to me and said, "I'm here to thank you on behalf of the person you saved in that restaurant." Feeling a bit cocky, I said, "All in a day's work, my good man," and tried to brush him away. But he held out an envelope to me and... "My client broke 3 ribs thanks to the unnecessary Heimlich maneuver you administered to him. He wants you to ensure that he'll be able to get the proper..." I thought I'd saved someone, but all I ended up doing is wasting a lot of my precious time wrapped up in an astronomically stupid court case. It also blew our cover, so our target found out about us.
En fin.
In the end, I was taken out of the field and banished to a meaningless job that anyone with half a brain could do.
Hombre, es que cara de inteligente no tienes, la verdad. Eso es así.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean it like that. Of course, I also lost the love of my life and went back to being a lonesome loser.
Sí, bueno, al menos lo reconoce. El primer paso es
That's
reconocerlo.
why I hate being out in the field. Oh, come on. I tell you all that and you're not even gonna say anything?
No.
That was long, Simon.
Hey, I warned you. I told you it'd be long. Oh.
Agent Jones, I'm sorry for not responding to your story. It was just so bizarre. I wasn't sure what to say.
Sorry that the greatest trauma of my life ended up being too bizarre for you.
Well, what do you expect? All you ever talk about is pizza or hitting on women. Honestly, it offended me. I felt like I was listening to a teenage boy tell some misogynistic conquest story.
Joder, con la laya, ¿eh?
Whoa, whoa, Aaliyah. Hold on a minute here. Despite how I may seem to you, I am actually pretty popular with the
No las
ladies.
acosarás como haces con todos, ¿no?
And you know that coworker of mine? She's the one who came on to me. Besides, I only told that story because a certain someone's what happens when you're a popular guy.
Is this all some big joke to you? I'm really losing my patience here.
You simply have yet to awaken to my masculine charm.
Bueno.
Maybe you should try getting some more experience under your belt.
Agent Jones, are you trying to get me to sue you for sexual harassment?
Hazlo, hazlo, por Dios. Hazlo, por Dios.
He's digging his own grave. Isn't he, my fairy?
Aw, come on, Morgan, not you too. I'm sure a guy like you can tell why women might find me attractive.
What's that supposed to mean?
Pues la verdad es que no. Eres más
I
feo que
just mean,
pegar un payo con
you
casquillo
know,
sudado.
imagine it for a minute. A woman who you wouldn't necessarily call beautiful, yet still possesses some unique charm. You see women every now and then who you wouldn't mind spending a night or two with, right? And I'm like the male version of that.
Madre mía.
Come on, you know, some women just prefer a man who's a little below the norm. And they're usually with a different guy
Me
each
está dando
time
un
you
asco ahora
see
mismo
them.
este tío.
From straight-laced businessmen to gold chains and fake tans. They prefer buffet style, you know? Anyway, my point is, we've all got this...
I couldn't even keep track of all the
Totalmente.
sexist remarks you made just now.
Estoy totalmente de acuerdo contigo.
Cool it for a sec, would ya? We're having a guy conversation here.
Buah,
This is
chaval.
all
Te metía un
just
pedazo de tiro en la
strategy
cabeza, machista.
to try and loosen Morgan up. Trust.
Madre mía.
Do you hear that thunder?
We're in Massachusetts. That's the norm for this time of year.
Well, I'm not used to the cold. If possible, I'd like to finish this up before we get stuck in a snowstorm. Agent Jones, after we're done here, Agent Jones, is something the matter? Snap out of...
Oh, Yeah.
Do you? Then stop dating.
Okay. I just...
You just what?
My stomach's been letting some thunder loose, too.
Thunder?
That coffee was just so good,
It what?
Que se caga. Vamos, que se está
The
cagando.
coffee was just so good,
Que se está cagando.
summoned forth...
Excuse me? What is wrong? Now is really not...
Right door at the end of the hallway.
Thank... Hold on.
Que se caga, que se está cagando por la pata baja, básicamente.
We promise you, we did not put laxatives in the coffee. Coffee is a sacred drink.
There's no doubt that the report omitted him. I need to get him to There's a secret weapon in Agent Jones's... Have you ever seen this before? And please, don't say no.
Sang Rouge, the drug we once chased. What about it?
Sang Rouge is still circulating. It's changed shape and its composition is slightly different now. But it's still very much alive. But only in a very limited part of Louisiana. You aren't surprised? Did you somehow know this would happen?
Hombre. Pues no.
Copies of another drug being circulated isn't exactly a rare case.
But Sang Rouge is special. The inimitable Enigma powder. The origin. It has many names, and no one was ever able to copy it. We've also been trying to figure out what it's made from ever since it appeared. But it's impossible to analyze. After all, it appears to be made from common ingredients that can be found anywhere. But if you try to use those ingredients, all you'll end up with is a mundane hallucinogen like DMT.
Porque os falta un elemento principal.
Sang Rouge requires a special recipe. The original recipe, which someone's been guarding this entire time. Someone who survived the incident in Le Carré. Mr. Morgan, I heard that you were always a smoker. Did you ever wonder if that was the reason you contracted your illness?
Puede ser.
Nothing. I'm just personally curious about it.
Sometimes, people die in car accidents, regardless of how well they take care of their health.
Es verdad.
Other times, they slip on their bathroom floors and crack open their heads.
I'm not concerned with statistics. I'm just curious about you, right here, right now.
We switched over from nicotine to this. It's less addictive. That's one step in the right direction, isn't it?
De los cigarros a los porros.
Perhaps.
Di que sí.
If we're talking about withdrawal symptoms or physical dependencies. But it still seems like you're smoking too much at once. Honestly,
Lo
it
que tú
looks
creas a
to
lo
me
que yo
like you have a
tenga que hacer
mental
es cosas mías,
dependency.
señora. Cállese.
Maybe. But so what if we do?
Surely you know about gateway drugs, yes? When a person starts to use one drug, it becomes much easier for them to branch out and try other drugs as well. The first drug acts as the gateway that leads them to stronger substances.
Oh. Are you trying to say that's going to happen to us?
No. I'm simply saying there's a possibility.
Nada va a pasar.
Immediately after they found Lisa's body, I went to go see Patricia in order to interrogate her, of course.
So you told us.
But I was unable to meet with her.
She refused to speak with you, didn't she? That's so like her.
No, she didn't get the chance to. You see, she's gone missing.
What?
To put it more accurately, no one's seen her since the afternoon of the 28th. According to her employees, she shut herself up in her room for several months before she disappeared. But since that sort of thing happened often, they didn't think anything of it. On the morning of New Year's Eve, they noticed her window was open, and when they went up to check on her, she was gone.
¿Y por qué no has empezado diciendo que ha desaparecido,
No one
Patricia?
knows how long her window had been open for. This is just my hub. A strange man visited Le Carré and was spotted near her mansion. That man must have found some way to loot the '89 Cadillac that he bought used. Then, the two of them drove north to Trenton, where they boarded a train to Boston. They would have arrived here around midnight on the 29th, or perhaps early morning on the 30th. I believe this man is the same Billy Bishop whose name was previously recorded by the airline. So, what do you think of my guess? I'd love to hear your opinion as...
Now we get it. We aren't persons of interest. We're the suspects. But what about our alibi?
What alibi?
I've had enough of your bullshit. You expect me to believe you haven't taken a single step out of this room? That Agent Jones is your witness? Surveillance cameras can easily be tampered with, especially by someone like you, who knows all about how the FBI works.
You're possessed by death. Go and take a look at your own face in the mirror. You look like the Grim Reaper. After you visited both Le Carré and Greenvale, you left a mountain of corpses in your wake. You can make all the excuses you want. I'm immune to them. Right here, right now, I want to know everything. You tell me the truth.
Yes! You're good, Belle. Damn good. You're brimming with potential. Don't you think she's the perfect partner for our last dance? What do you say, my fairy? Don't you agree? She's good. So good. What do you want to know? We've got nothing to hide. Go on. Question us. This is how it's got to be. Doesn't this remind you of something? You know what I mean, my fairy?
Creo que ha fumado más de la cuenta. Pero bueno, no sé cuánto tiempo después por fin podemos volver al juego.
Son of a... How did this happen in my town? God damn it!
Se murió.
The head and limbs were severed and lined up, according to the lines that were drawn with her blood. Just like migratory birds flying systematically across the sky. Hey, Zach, what do you think this means?
They're severed roots.
Severed roots?
Patricia, no es algo que tú puedas
This
ver
is
esto.
the way the Clarksons kill someone when they want to cut him off from the family.
And how do you know about this?
Everyone in town knows about it. They're just too scared to talk.
What does the V stand for, then?
Beats me. What, you think I know everything now?
Lo que yo pienso es que hace una niña viendo esto.
Vietatio. It means quarrel in Latin. That's what the V stands for.
Latin. Intriguing, isn't it, Zach?
Patricia, ¿por qué está haciendo un miembro
There are no
desmembrado?
defense wounds on the
O sea, que
corpse.
tienes
In other
12 años,
words,
niña.
Karina showed no signs of resistance when she was amputated. But, strangely enough, there are small traces of subcutaneous bleeding around the wounded areas. That's a vital reaction, which means she couldn't have been dead.
You mean...
Yes, that's right, Patty. Galena was amputated while she was still alive, and she never resisted.
Is that even possible?
It certainly isn't impossible. For example, if she was put to sleep with a drug, or if she desired the amputation herself.
Why would she ever desire
Yo es
that?
que sigo pensando que coño hace una
Mr.
niña ahí.
York, I'm sorry, but there ain't no way that could have happened.
How can you be sure of that, Melvin? Our world contains phenomena that could never be explained with logic. This is especially true for phenomena in which humans are involved. Do you really think all the facets of love and hate can be explained with logic?
Well, no, I don't reckon I do.
No entiendo nada.
Here, Might be too early to rule out those possibilities, just like you say.
Zach, now we truly know just how deeply the Clarksons are involved with this. Patty, how long does it take to reach the Clarkson estate?
Just a short drive. You just gotta head west along the Mississippi. You can't miss it.
Got it. Thank you, Patty. By the way, Melvin, no matter how accelerated Patty may be,
Hombre,
she's
totalmente.
still a bit too young to see something like this. For the record, I have no intent to instruct others on how to raise their children, but
Holy moly, you're right! Patricia, CLG! Come on, sweetie. Kids should
Pues yo la he
say
visto.
stuff like this.
Daddy, it's too late now.
Totalmente. Pero vamos. A ver. No puedo. Oh, shit. Bueno. Tengo una tos horrible, tío. El oráculo.
You found the flying serpent. But now, the flying serpent will come to find you.
yeah, that sounds right. And it looks like this flying serpent is a venomous one.
Some become feasts, while others are eaten alive. Which fate would you prefer?
Both sound marvelous, but let me check with Zach.
A fine answer. Find the one who fired the pistol at heaven. Within the white hall of beds, brandish the ticket to the goddess. And once again, you will see the other world. Do you comprehend the oracle?
Pues no.
Zach, it looks like he's hell-bent on leading us back into that other world.
Follow the oracle.
Oh, I will, Hungan. There are only two types of things in our world. Things that should be resisted and things that should be accepted. And I believe this oracle is something to accept.
Vale. No he entendido ni una mierda el oráculo.
Do you think we're crazy for believing everything that skeletal gentleman said? No, we're not crazy. Not, but I shouldn't need to explain.
A ver.
The one who fired the
Encuentra
pistol at
aquel que
heaven.
disparó la
Firing
pistola al
pistols at
cielo.
the sky might be a rather common occurrence for the South. Remember? Young Guns, 1988, directed by Christopher Kane. There's that great scene where Emilio Estevez keeps firing his Colt M1877 up at the sky. Oh, but that film took place in New Mexico, didn't it? And the Oracle probably isn't referring to a situation like that. It's got to be for some purpose other than an attack
Una pistola
or a
al
threat.
cielo.
Raising a pistol up to the sky, then unfortunately, Zach, you're wrong. We need to find...
¿No? Pues...
Bingo.
Vale.
We're currently running a race here. And the one who started this murder investigation is indeed the one who fired the pistol at heaven. In other words, the person who first discovered, according to the files,
Pues que yo no
Lisa's
sé quién
body was
es.
discovered by Chuck Thompson, a crawfish farm. He apparently works out of a fishing hut located in the... Let's go
Vale,
pay him a
pues
visit.
habrá que ir
Who
a
knows?
verle.
We might even... What? Why isn't the murderer the one who started this race? Zach, this isn't like you. Of course the murderer isn't the one who started the race. The murderer's running it. They're currently in first place.
Bueno.
They're breaking... Any more objections, Zach?
No, no. Vale, y ahora tenemos que buscar el otro. El de las camas
Within the White
blancas.
Hall of
En la sala
Beds.
blanca repleta de
This one
camas.
is- There are only a few establishments that have, especially in a small town. I'm sure you've already got beds all lined up. Only an amateur would hear that and think it must be referring to a brothel. I mean, come on. Who would ever use White Hall as a symbol for a bordello? No, a White House refers to the same place no matter what country you're in. You really think that's a... Sorry, but there's a place that... Disinfect... You never disappoint me, Zach.
¿En
It's a
serio?
medical facility.
Ah, bueno, claro, que es un centro médico. Es que... Pero pone iglesia, yo no me acordaba de esto.
Into rooms full of beds where it's definitely a White Hall. You always manage to impress me with really counting on you.
Es que no me acordaba yo que la iglesia también era un médico.
Agent York, you're trying to leave without your...
Hello there, Patty. I'd never attempt such a thing. I was simply engaging in a battle of wits with Hoongan while I waited for you.
Hoongan?
Yes, the skeletal gentleman in the top hat.
Not that story again. Is this how you always conduct your investigations?
This is the
Por
way I
supuesto.
work.
I bet you
¿Y tú?
can't find a
Te
single
callas.
partner. Not even in the entire FBI.
That's not true. I always work together with Zach.
Oh, right. Zach. Don't worry. I'll be your partner while you're here in our town. Now, let's go investigate.
Venga, vamos. Entonces tenemos que ir a... Ok. Vamos a ir a... Sí, vamos aquí abajo en coche. Me cuestioné. Si vamos en coche hacia la cámara... El señor Clarkson.
How's your mama? So, you're that hotshot FBI agent I keep hearing about.
Por supuesto.
And who might you be?
I came to claim the body of my daughter. My daughter, who was murdered in a holding cell after you detained her yesterday.
Philip J. Clarkson.
Zach, I wasn't expecting to run into the final boss this early. You must be the head of the Clarkson family, P.J. Clarkson. And you've come to claim the body of Galena Clarkson, whose dismembered corpse was found early this morning. Is that correct? Where did you learn that Galena had been murdered? Zach and I just learned of the news ourselves.
This is Lou Corey. And I am P.J. Clarkson. There ain't a single thing I don't know about this town.
I see. So then you must also know about the severed roots ritual. I have a question for you, Philip. We suspect that Galena was murdered by someone from the Clarkson family. Have you given that possibility any consideration?
Listen up, you FBI piece of shit. You better watch your manners around my pa.
Shut up, Daniel.
But, sir... My bad, sir.
I'll have you know I once had 3 children. But I must not have raised them very well, because my son and my eldest daughter both ran away and never came back to me. The only one who stayed by my side was my second daughter, Galena. Then she done married Daniel here into the family and presented me with both an heir and a granddaughter. Seemed for a while as if things were finally starting to calm down. But then, someone corrupted both Galena and Lise. And I lost everything. Well, aside from my shit-heel son-in-law, that is. You understand me, FBI?
Galena's death is nothing but a loss for the Clarkson family.
That doesn't mean the Clarksons are automatically innocent, though. Humans don't always act out of self-interest, do they?
That mouth. You're starting to sound more and more like your mother.
Bueno, por lo que sabemos, o por lo que hemos intuido cuando hemos hablado antes con la Alaya, Patricia es una Clarkson, así que su madre tiene que ser una...
Now, whether you end up being an angel or a demon, I reckon you're the man I've been waiting for all this time. Once you finish that autopsy, and we're clear to take her home, I want you to give me a call.
They're phenomenal, Patty. So perfectly rural. Ominous statements, foul-mouthed insults. This town possesses a complicated system of communication that you just can't find in the city. Work-centric emails are so cold and lifeless. This is what true human connections feel like. Connections as visceral as blood itself.
So, Agent York, what's next on your agenda?
The last boss may have gotten the jump on us, Patty, but I didn't let him shake my resolve. I intend to obey the skeletal gentleman's oracles, and that's that. First, we should head to either the home of the person who discovered Lisa's body or to the town's medical facility. Well, Zach, what do you think?
Pues que primero vamos a ir a... Vale, vamos a ir a... No. Vamos a ir aquí. Sí. Vamos a ir ahí más que nada por el simple hecho de que voy a desbloquear puntos